If you didn't watch Rivals of Aether at the Big House last weekend, frankly, you missed out. Featuring one of the most upset-heavy brackets we've seen all year, and the rise of new titans all over the place. It's a tournament that is sure to be remembered for years to come. Come along with us as we take you through the chaotic ride that was Rivals at the Big House 10. My name is Giga, and you're watching Rivals Recap. It's worth noting that at this major, only top 8 was actually streamed. That gives us an unfortunately limited amount of footage and data that we can actually use when making this video. Regardless, we're going to do the best we can with what we got. To the Big House TO team, we really do believe in the potential of this game, and we hope that the storylines of our scene and the dedication of our players can convince you to give Rivals more of a chance at future events. With that out of the way, let's get started by talking about the players who showed up at the Big House 10. ThrownOrc, also known as ThrownOrc, was once a player only known for his exciting streams of Rivals Amateur Series runs. This year, however, he's been aiming to prove that he's more than just a mid-level threat, and improving rapidly as a result. Earlier in the season, he secured his first top 16 appearance at GOTE 7, taking a win over Adam Jamaj. At the Big House, he mirrored that breakthrough. This time, SBS, the esports manager for Rivals, was the ranked player to fall to the Bird in a 3-1 victory for ThrownOrc. After being sent to losers by Penguin, ThrownOrc would make yet another upset over Fruit Loops to make top 16 on the loser's side. Unfortunately, ThrownOrc was not able to attend day 2 and chose to DQ out, but this is certainly one of ThrownOrc's best performances offline yet. Don't be too surprised to see him continue to make deep bracket runs. That's just how he plays his bird. ThrownOrc wasn't the only raster to wrestle his way out of pools. Midwest native Wowels also outplaced his seed and made top 16 at a major for the first time. On his way, he picked up an upset over Vecho, who recently performed well at GOML 2022. Following this upset, he would be knocked down to losers by none other than CakeAssault himself. His first match in the losers side bracket was against Karaki, who similarly outplaced their seed to make it out of pools. After a swift 3-0 in favor of the Bird, Wowels would fall to Zeebee for 9th place soon after. Big House represents another big stepping stone on Wowels' journey, and you should definitely keep your eye on this Midwest hidden boss going into future events. To complete our trifecta of avians, we have Tapscott, who displayed the development of his new main in his best Premier tournament run all season. Going into Friday, he was set to play Crag Enthusiast MSB to make it out of pools on winner's side. MSB is an established top 10 player in his own right, having placed top 8 in multiple majors this season. However, this set would be all Tapscott, as he muscled his way into winner's side of top 16 with a dominating 3-0. There, he would face off against Penguin, a player who has long been established as a legend of the game. In a shock to everyone, this set would go down to the wire, every game going to last hit. A missed parry punish in Game 4 would spell the end for Tapscott's winner's run, as Penguin was then able to clutch out Games 4 and 5 to ultimately win the set. In losers, Tapscott was able to pick up yet another win over Uda before finally falling to Zeebee for 7th place. Adding another top 8 to his name, Tapscott has really looked like he's in peak form. With his recent dominance in such a short time with the character, the sky really is the limit for Tapscott, and we will definitely be excited for the rest of his performances this season. It's finally time to talk about the two players that define this tournament. To begin, let's talk about Y. To say that Y had a good tournament this weekend would be a brutal understatement. To kick off Saturday, he played Zeebee in a winner's quarters match to make top 8. Zeebee was seeded 2nd at this event, expected to make it all the way to winners finals. He very well might have if he didn't have Y in his path, who made a stunning upset, advancing to winner's side top 8 in a solid 3-1 victory. There, he would go up against Penguin. Y had actually beaten Penguin in a best-of-5 set at the RCS Online Major in June, but Penguin swiftly returned the favor by beating Y offline at Double Down in July. It was beginning to look like that Seoul Online victory was just a fluke. Well, this weekend, Y had something to say about that.
Y takes the set off of a single forward area in the corner of last zone, and that bubble setup, right? That was first insurance for Y.
Despite his miraculous run, Y was no match for CakeAssault, as he fell to the Forsburn in winners finals and then lost to Zeebee in the run back for 3rd place. Y's run is historic, and finally answers the question that has been hotly debated for the past 2 years. Who is the best Rano in the world? Why do you even need to ask? But wait a second. If Zeebee made it to Grand Finals, then what happened to Penguin? To answer that, we have to go back to Friday, and to our other ABSA in the bracket, Akashi. Akashi began his run with a shaky start, After narrowly reverse 3-0ing Deuce to stay in winner's side of bracket, he swiftly fell to CakeAssault in the classic 3-0 fashion, finding himself in loser's side of top 16. The climb would be monumental, facing down a gauntlet of the best Crag players in the game. So what did Akashi do? Well, he buckled down and he got to work. In 2 decisive 3-0 upsets, he took down MSB and Cheesy Potato back-to-back to end up in loser's quarters versus the one and only Penguin. There, we saw something that no one could have ever predicted. Penguin was defeated in the Absa Ditto, and Akashi was the one who moved on to top 4. The final Crag proved too much for Akashi, as Zeebee refused to be denied his spot in Grand Finals. With 3 top 10 wins to his name, Akashi came out of the big house as an entirely different player. One who can't be slept on no matter where he is in bracket, and no matter the odds. We've mentioned Zeebee's name plenty of times in this video already, as he basically took out every other player we've discussed on his warpath to Grand Finals. Once falling in losers, he's garnered wins on Wowels, Tapscott, Kusi, Akashi, and Y. This was his chance to stop the Cake sweep, but CakeAssault refused to be denied. Rivals' premier Forsberg main ended Zeeb's losers run, secured his 10th major win this season. As the official patch notes pointed out already, he's just that much better than anyone else in the game right now, and going for 10 at the Big House 10 seems fitting. That leaves only 3 chances left this season to defeat Cake, at Heatwave 5, RCS December, and Genesis 9. Don't worry, Stats of Aether will make sure to keep you updated on all the action on these upcoming majors. Make sure to do your part by hitting that subscribe button, and throwing a like on this video. I've been Giga, and thank you for watching.